Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की।
Hare Krishna. Loudly again. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Thank you, everyone. We welcome you all to this most auspicious occasion, to Srila Prabhupada's 128th Vyasapuja. Srila Prabhupada, Vyasapuja Mahamahotsav ke! Srila Prabhupada ke! Jai. So thank you for everyone being here. We are very fortunate to have this year Srila Prabhupada's very senior and esteemed disciple, His Grace Bhavananda Prabhu, His Grace Chittahari Prabhu, and Grace Mother Prashuti. So we'll be starting off today by, we've all gathered here to celebrate the appearance of Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada is honored to be as the founder Acharya and the preeminent Shiksha Guru for ISKCON. These two titles confer that Srila Prabhupada will always and remain to be the foremost and the most important member of ISKCON, and we are all standing as his followers. His teachings inspired a team of spiritual change makers who revolutionized the world and continue to do so. So we are very grateful to Srila Prabhupada. Had it not been for Srila Prabhupada, we wouldn't have been sitting here today. So we will start off the program. I will request His Grace Madhav Gopal Prabhu to speak on the meaning of Vyasapuja and followed by offerings. So thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So this is the official meaning of Vyasapuja from the Shri Vyasapuja book that is published by GBC every year. So I'll read from that. By serving you constantly, one is freed from the material desires and is completely pacified. When shall I engage in your permanent eternal servant? When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a fitting master? With these words from Sri Yamunacharya Stotra Ratna 43, Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatan Goswami greeted Sri Chaitanya at their first meeting, CC Madhya 1.206. The lines are composed of a statement and a question. The statement encapsulates the confident goal of a bhakti practitioner, and the question gives voice to his or her loving aspirations. May Srila Prabhupada be pleased with us on this Vyasapuja day. There's a poem that goes like this. Shri Govinda Krishna, origin of all, to make a home for the wayward souls. In the covered portion of his space lies down. His supine forms a portion of his might and love. Let not forget he's doing this to help us. As he breathes, do universes flow. Inside the eggshell domes, the worlds, a further Lord reclines, and without wife, produces he who will become the leader of our line. It's dark. It's the just created being is alone. He struggles some, then gives his mind to meditate. Some 1,000 celestial years. There is no guru to be seen, but there within the meditator's heart will Krishna, Adi Guru, show him all. Reveal the truth, the spiritual world, the home of the blessed souls. Whose joy is service, reveals the role that Brahmaji will play. The message must be handed down, the age is here, like a mango ripened by the sun. Not dropped, for mango trees are high. From hand to hand be handed down, across the ages, on and on to souls. The message is, come home. From time to time, as time rolls round, within this universe where time controls, the age of Kali rears its head. The wandering ring souls who yet remain are challenged, lacking time and peace and luck and memory. And so the message must be written down. Veda Vyasa, the avatar, is with this duty charged, and from his name we take the words Vyasasana, Vyasapuja. Like the viceroy gets some honor, presents, letters, contributions, not a single pinch he'll touch, sends it to the royal herd. Prabhupada's the same, the honor, contribution, all the feelings, all the offerings go to Krishna through the line of preceptors. Off they go from downward to upwards. Srila Prabhupada responds to his disciples' tributes in early September 1969 in Hamburg, Germany. People, outsider, may think, this man is being flattered. He is hearing all his eulogization. But that is not the fact. It is a test how they are receiving the message sincerely and they are expressing their feelings. So it is going to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As it has come through the channel of disciplic succession, all these praises will also reach to Krishna through that disciplic succession. Earlier on that same 1969 Vyasapuja, at a small storefront temple in Eppendorfer Weg, Srila Prabhupada has defined the position of Guru before a few disciples before him. It is not that a particular man is spiritual master. Spiritual master is a truth. So what is the truth? The truth is samsara dava navalida loka tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam. The whole world is in the blaze of material pangs, threefold miseries. And a person who is authorized to deliver from these material pangs, he is called spiritual master. The example is given in this verse, Davanala, is the Sanskrit word. The English equivalent is forest fire. Nobody has got any interest to set fire in the forest, but it takes place automatically. So this example is given to this materialistic life as a forest fire because nobody wants any disturbances, but disturbances is created. And how is that blazing fire can be extinguished? You cannot send there this fire brigade, or you cannot get some pots of water and try to extinguish the wildfire. It is not possible. Then how to extinguish it? The extinguishing is possible when there is cloud overhead and there is incessant pouring of water. When cloud pours water, it is so sufficient that there is no comparison. But if you want to pour water, a bucket full of water, how long will you do it? So spiritual master means he must be just like the cloud. How is it possible? It is possible. It is possible in this way. Provided he follows the disciplic succession of spiritual master, then it is possible. He must inherit the power from the superior source. Then it is possible that by his teachings, by his lessons, the forest fire which is burning within our heart, it can be extinguished. This is the process. 55 years have passed since Srila Prabhupada spoke these words. They are still true, and they will be true as long as this world lasts. He speaks the absolute truth, not the relative truth. That is only some of the time, which cannot solve a real problem, like the fire brigade or the pots and the bucket of water in the example he gives. We may resort to temporary solutions to muffle temporary problems for a while, but we are on fire. This world is on fire. That is the absolute truth that Srila Prabhupada presents us with, time and time again. How fortunate we are that we have so many of his classes, his books, his conversations. He spent his whole time instructing us, and by the blessings of modern technology, so very many of his instructions and lessons are available to us today. We prostrate our insignificant selves before the greatness of our spiritual master, the foremost of the Vaishnavas of the modern age. And not only is he this, he's our savior as well. We can count on his blessings. He has left them behind in the form of his instructions, his examples, his society, and his followers. May we take advantage of them and faithfully treat the path back home, back to Godhead, which Srila Prabhupada has shown us and left for the benefit of all human society. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I just hand over to Radha Vinod Prabhu now to read the offerings of Australian GBC, His Holiness Devamrit Swami Maharaj and Ramay Swami Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
So, so I'll be reading the offering from His Holiness Devamrita Swami. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my awed and full-hearted obeisances in the dust of your divine lotus feet. Allow me to express with deepest solemnity my utmost gratitude for your presenting the possibility of your followers living in Vrindavan anywhere and everywhere. By your alerting us to the availability of this benediction, you so compassionately bring home to us a peak potential of the complete bhakti package you've bestowed. Even though such spiritual graces appear so faint and far off, how enlivening and motivating it is to know what can await dedicated servitors of your mission as they near the end of the long tunnel through material existence. In a Bhagavad Gita class given on June 25th, 1974 in Melbourne, Australia, you triumphantly declared, and as soon as you offer yourself to be enjoyed by Krishna as a servant, according to his order you serve, then immediately you are in the spiritual world. See, you can become in the spiritual world or material world as you desire, as you desire. If you want to remain in the spiritual world, this temple is the spiritual world. We are not living in Melbourne. This temple is not Melbourne, it is Vaikunta, it is Vrindavan. Our heart begs you for even the slightest fragrance of this transmundane reality. In the Madhya Leela 16.281 of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Gadadhar Pandit, clasping Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, asserts that wherever you stay is Vrindavan. In the purport, you present a long list of Mahaprabhu's exalted associates who never visited Vrindavan, yet they are certified as eternal Vrajavasis. Next, you point out more recent great acharyas who resided mainly away from Vrindavan. Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivasacharya, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhagavan Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and later Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur of Calcutta, always engaged in Nam Bhajan and certainly did not live anywhere but Vrindavan. What follows always astonishes me. In the same purport, you extend such a possibility even to your followers serving in metropolises, Kali Yuga fortresses all over the globe. They can also live in Vrindavan consciousness no matter their locale for seva. Presently, the members of the Hare Krishna movement throughout the world live in materially opulent cities such as London, New York, Los Angeles, Paris, Moscow, Zurich, and Stockholm. Hahowever, we are satisfied with following in the footsteps of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur and other acharyas. Because we live in the temples of Radha Krishna and continuously hold Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of Hare Krishna, we consequently live in Vrindavan and nowhere else. When will the qualification for that day of realization be mine? Only by your mercy would I even merely know about this opportunity. Only by your favor can I strive for such a glimpse of it. And only by your permission can there be any hope of the slightest attainment. Your aspiring servant, Devamrita Swami. Devamrita Maharaj ki. Next I'll read an offering from His Holiness Ramai Swami. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Ramai Swami. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pracha Shadeshatarine. Srila Prabhupada recently had the opportunity to travel to Rishikesh, and while there, I read from Tamal Krishna Goswami's diary about your visit there in May 1977. This was after the Mayapur festival when you were ill. Apparently, while in Bombay, Sriman Narayan and Ram Krishna Bajaj had come to see you. Sriman Narayan was the former governor of Gujarat, and Ram Krishna Bajaj was the chairman of Bajaj Industry. When they heard that you were not feeling well, they suggested you to go to Rishikesh on the bank of the Ganges. Tamal Krishna Goswami wrote, he requested Srila Prabhupada to come to Rishikesh. When we got to Rishikesh, Prabhupada was ill. We were staying in a very nice house, Ganga Darshan, overlooking the Ganga. As soon as we got there, Prabhupada started having his massage and told me, bring Ganga Jal. I immediately put on my gamcha, got a lota and dove into the Ganga from the second floor. I swam back with the lota and brought it to Prabhupada, who immediately took a full glass of Ganga water and then belched. Prabhupada said, "Ah, accepted." Smiled and was very pleased. Then he immediately ordered, "Go out and get kachoris and jalebis." One shop in Rishikesh was famous for its jalebis and kachoris. Prabhupada said, "Hot jalebis is a cure for sore throat." Now it is a little cold, so we must get hot jalebis. We ate hot jalebis, and he said, "Whenever you have a sore throat, eat fresh hot jalebis." Visiting a holy place like Rishikesh was certainly wonderful, but when I read about your activities there, my happiness grew 100 times. Remembering you is always blissful. Srila Prabhupada, whether in the form of your instructions, example, or pastimes, I consider it special mercy even to be able to think of you all, if of you at all. To do so always leads to thinking of Radha, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. I pray that I'll always remember you and be engaged in your service. Maharaj writes a poem, Ramaya Swami writes a poem. In fortune, knowledge, wit and tact, you had the wisdom and skill to act. Your glory shall forever remain, and in time it will grow and gain. The world was plagued in ceaseless ire. Who but you could put out the fire? Virtues that none could match was thine. Right from your birth you had gifts divine. With friends and disciples a master began to counsel, encourage and prepare his plan. O mighty saint of unending fame, an emissary spreading the holy name. As nectar by a mortal is found, as rain upon the thirsty ground, as gain of what we sorely miss, as dawn, as sudden dawn of mighty bliss. Who could describe what you achieved, the depth of which could not be perceived? Traveling and preaching with effulgent light, bold but compassionate and amazing sight. Distributing the message of a world beyond, describing the Lord who has our eternal bond. Forgotten but whom we love so much, connected again by a gentle touch. When you directed us as you saw fit, we tried to follow with not omit. Those who attain the foremost place must be blessed with a special grace. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we chanted aloud, paid our obeisances and lowly bowed. Always desired to serve your lotus feet. The more we did, the nectar more sweet. Your insignificant Ramaya Swami. So in Ramaya Swami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Right. Now I'll request His Grace Bhavananda Prabhu to please say words. That'll come at the end. That'll come at the end. We're presenting the renovation slides and as an offering to Prabhupada. We request Chitta Hari Prabhu speak first.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharani Nirvasi Sasunyavadi Paskacha Desatarani. So that's Srila Prabhupada's pranam mantras. I don't know whether you all know, but they're incredibly powerful, those pranam mantras. When you say these pranam mantras with sincerity to Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada clears the way for all of your service to be accepted. So don't ever minimize the chanting of the pranam mantra, and make sure that you clearly chant every single word and hear it, because that's how Krishna gets the message from us. So I'm unexpectedly first up to speak here today, as the last of the Ladis. That's my surname, but actually the Ladis were pretty fortunate because quite a number of us met Srila Prabhupada. I met Srila Prabhupada in 1976, and my mother met him shortly after that too, when Prabhupada did a big a big festival or big program at the Melbourne Town Hall. It was the first one. It was a fully packed up, about 3,000 people, I think, in the Melbourne Town Hall. We had posters all over Melbourne, and people came from everywhere. It was a very, very big program. Prabhupada had never done such a big program in Australia. Anyway, I was fortunately enough asked to help Prabhupada get into the town hall. So I travelled in the car with him, and then I had a set of silks for him to wear, and we went to the town hall dressing rooms in Melbourne, and in those dressing rooms, they're beautiful dressing rooms, I tell you, they're majestic with huge big mirrors all the way around. And so Prabhupada was there. He was dressed in in his day clothes, which was like a crumpled up kurta made of cotton, and in his other clothes. And it was midwinter too. It was pretty cold weather in Melbourne at that time. Melbourne gets very cold in midwinter. And Prabhupada, he didn't want to he had a big kurta, a big sweater on too, a big fluffy white sweater. And he looked at me and he said, "Do you think I should change?" I said, "Oh yes, Srila Prabhupada, I've got these silks for you to put on." And he said, "Okay." So then he stood in front of me right there, and he just gradually he put the dhoti around, and then his other dhoti just dropped away, and he just folded, just with a minimum of movement, he folded his dhoti. Then he put on his kurta and the thing they wear, the sannyasis, and so then he did the whole thing, and then he said to me, "So how do I look?" And he did a twirl in front of me. I've never met anybody else before who Prabhupada did a twirl in front of them. But anyway, he did this twirl, and I was just in ecstasy. I said, "Prabhupada, you look absolutely spectacular. You look wonderful." And he said, "All right, let's go." And he said, and he gave me the sweater, and he said, "Don't lose that sweater, all right?" So as we were going out, then onto the stage, I saw that my mother was in the front row of the, and I hadn't even told her I was become a Hare Krishna, right? But anyway, she'd found out through the grapevine. And so she came and she brought her sister, who was a Catholic nun. So she had the full habit with the big peak thing on. Back in those days, they really used to dress up, those nuns. And she was in a special order. And so she came along, and they were actually come to check out what Prabhupada had to offer and see if he was the full quid, really, you know. So they were both, and anyway, I said to Prabhupada, "My mother's there, Prabhupada." And he turned to me, he said, "I want to meet her." I didn't know how that was going to happen, but anyway, Prabhupada sat on his Vyasasan, and I sat down next to him, next to the Vyasasan on the ground. The whole stage, all the devotees were up on the stage, and the town hall was absolutely packed up. So Prabhupada gave his standard beautiful lecture, simplifying everything for everybody, just the very basics. But still, I think probably Melbourne people had a hard time understanding his accent and really understanding what he'd said a lot of the time. But anyway, it was like about a 40-minute talk. And then after Prabhupada finished the talk, he said, "Now start the kirtan." So a big kirtan started, and then Prabhupada looked at me and he said, "Now bring your mother up." So I went down off the stage, and I said, "Prabhupada wants to meet you," to my mother. And so she and her sister came up onto the stage, and Prabhupada looked at my mother, and he said, "You have a very nice son." And she said, "Well, I have 9 more." And Prabhupada looked at her, he gave her a big smile, and he said, "We can take them all." And she was very happy with that. My mother, she would have liked to have given them all at that point. But anyway, so that was she was doubly blessed. She'd given all of her children to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was very happy. So that was the start. My mother met him, and later on, my uncle also, who was a Jesuit priest in the Catholic religion, he was a high-up priest. And and he came to the Melbourne temple to see Prabhupada. I'd arranged him to come, and Prabhupada talked with him for about, or Prabhupada found that he wasn't very understanding very much, so Prabhupada just played the lecture he'd just given in the temple, and he had to listen to that for about 40 minutes. So, but anyway, Prabhupada gave him due respect as a priest, and but he told us later on that he really didn't really understand very much about the philosophy. So that was my uncle. But really, probably the most exciting experience I ever had with Srila Prabhupada, or the most telling, was when once we were going, it was a Rath Yatra morning, and we were going to see to start the chariots, or to go down there where it was going to happen, and Prabhupada still wanted to go on his morning walk, so we went to St Kilda Road in the car. We were driving along. I was in the back seat with Prabhupada, and I was looking at all the people walking along the road. They were all off on their way to work, you know. They go, in Melbourne it was like about 8:30 in the morning, and it was packed up, all the people in their suits and everything, and they're all dressed up and going to work. And I was looking and I was thinking, oh, I'm so lucky, I'm so fortunate to be here with Prabhupada, and all these people have to go and serve Maya. And I was sitting like looking, and then Prabhupada turned around, he looked at me, and I saw that tears were coming out of his eyes. So you could just see a flow of tears were coming out of his eyes. And he said to me, how can they be saved? That was the one question Prabhupada ever really asked me. How can they be saved? I had no idea, but anyway, it seems like it actually, just the desire by Prabhupada made it so that the people of Melbourne gradually all became Krishna conscious. They couldn't think of any. It was just became so big down in Melbourne in those days while Prabhupada was coming. Prabhupada came 6 times to Melbourne. 6 times. It's probably one of the biggest, most visited places in the world by Srila Prabhupada. So he blessed Australia greatly, and you know, I was very blessed by his association. But really, all of us can still get that similar association by reading his books. It's not enough just to have the books or see the books or even distribute the books, but you actually have to read them, because by reading these books, we understand the whole philosophy, you actually, just even if you don't understand it, you just read a few pages a day of Srimad Bhagavatam, gradually you will understand the whole philosophy. It'll all become clear, because Prabhupada just repeats it again and again and again in all the purports. And that is the process of hearing. You hear it, and then you hear it again, and then you hear it again, and then you start to speak it, and then you talk it to people, and that's how it becomes enmeshed. So Prabhupada spent his whole later life just teaching us 24 hours a day. He took no breaks. He was at it all the time, just teaching us what this full philosophy is. So please, I beg you all, read these books. If you're not reading them now, make sure you start reading them every day. Just a few pages, and gradually you'll get to read them all. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you, Chitta Hari Prabhu, for sharing with us the compassion of Srila Prabhupada and his grace, how graceful he was, and most importantly, the importance of reading his books. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay. I now request His Grace Bhavananda Prabhu to share his offering for Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you. Is it on? I don't. Hello? Haribol? Such a to-do. Haribol? Oh, okay. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakayam Chakshuran Militam Jaina Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padai Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Samaniti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nibhishe Shunyavadi Paskata Desatarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, Chirari Prabhu, for helping us to remember and understand and realize a little portion of Prabhupada. He was multifaceted. Just like it's impossible to understand Krishna completely. That is impossible. What is the Sanskrit? Achyuta. Is it achyuta? Achintya. Yes, achintya. Prabhupada also, he was multifaceted. He had so many different sides to him. But above all, he was a gentleman. And it was really nice to be in his association. And he brought always the Vedic culture into any discussion. I'll give you an example. Like I heard recently, sometime this year, that the some of the brahmacharis here, are they here? Where are your brahmacharis? They don't like to eat ghee. Right? This may sound like what is he talking about? Me. You're probably all thinking, what is he talking about? But I have a point. They don't like to eat ghee because, our Western doctors and Western culture, ghee is bad. You get cholesterol. Your arteries get blocked up from eating ghee. It's not true, but that's what everyone... And so many, you can't eat halava before you go to bed because you won't be able to get up in the morning for Mangal Arati. All kinds of fictional ideas. But the importance of ghee means the importance of the cow. And we had started this Gurukul for the children of our Bengali devotees who were joining in Mayapur. So we had to do something with the kids. So we started a Gurukul. I think Hiranya Garba was in charge of it, a godbrother. But he came to me with some of the boys, and they were, oh God, they look terrible. Their heads, they all had all these sores on their heads, and like infections, and they had they're hollow-eyed. It was terrible. So I thought maybe they need vitamins, because they're Western, vitamins, take a pill. So I went to Prabhupada. I said, Prabhupada, the boys, it's very difficult for them to have all these sores on their bodies, and they're not healthy. I said, should we give them vitamins? Prabhupada said, no, vitamins are nonsense. He said, it is simply a capsule filled with wheat chaff. You know what wheat chaff is? You know, when they thresh the husks. He said, it's bogus. He said, give them a spoonful of ghee every day. And he said, the ghee contains all the vitamins and minerals that you need for a healthy life. So we started doing that. Every day I'd have them line up on the first floor veranda of the Lotus building, and I'd give them a little spoonful of ghee. And within a month, all the sores on every boy, all the sores were gone. And their skin was lustrous, beautiful. They were all healthy within a month of taking a spoonful of ghee every day. So Prabhupada always favored brilliantly the Vedic culture. That's what he brought to the West and reintroduced to the East, to India itself, who had most of our Indian friends had forgotten their culture due to centuries of brainwashing by the British. And Prabhupada reintroduced it. Now, of course, how many centers are there in India? Close to 300. Big temples. Big. And tens, if not hundreds of thousands of members of ISKCON. So all of that is due to Prabhupada reintroducing through his dancing white elephants. How clever he was. It was very difficult for us in the beginning in India because what we didn't realize, we were all very young. Well, I was 30, 31, but they were younger, huh? I was an old man. Still am an old man. We didn't realize that India had only had independence for how many years? 20 years? Was it 47? 57, 67? So 25 years. So they were very suspicious of white people. Let's call a spade, of white people. They were very suspicious. As a matter of fact, some people in Navadip, when we started, developing Mayapur, they said, first they came as traders, the East India Company. Now they have come as sadhus. They used to say that. People were very suspicious. But Prabhupada wanted to show how even these mlecha people were taking up the Vedic cultural standards. And slowly, slowly, the revolution of reviving the Vedic culture and the Krishna conscious culture of India, which is natural, has taken hold, and now you have a temple in Ayodhya, big thing. And I watched on YouTube, I've discovered YouTube. I guess I'm always late on all these things. So I was watching the Jagannath Festival in Puri. Fantastic. But then as I was surfing Rath Yatra in Russia, Rath Yatra in Poland, Rath Yatra in Los Angeles, Rath Yatra in London, Rath Yatra in Dubai, in Muslim, Rath Yatra in Karachi. And the whole planet is encircled by Jagannath everywhere, all due to one man who had and still has total faith in the Vedic culture. So we are all cultural ambassadors. And it's really nice to just surrender to Prabhupada's desire as opposed to our idea. I remember in the early days, devotees would come to Prabhupada, oh, we should do television shows and we should do maybe a movie or, you know. Perhaps there's no books. Today I had a discussion with, what's his name, Devahuti? Where is he? Apps as opposed to books is the secret, he feels, for attracting the youth. Prabhupada said, a book in the hand. There's nothing more solid than a book in the hand. I can't read Prabhupada's books on a phone or a pad, right? But a book, like every morning I'm reading the Chaitanya Bhagavat, which I had never read. It was a fabulous, book. But it's in my hand, and I can read it, and I can shut it, and I can open it up again, and shut it and open it. Books. So, anyway, he was a gentleman, and he was not afraid. Think of what he said in 1969, when the entire world was in ecstasy, Prabhu, about landing on the moon. The whole world. Billions and billions and billions of people. Oh, this is a wonderful thing. One man said, no, you did not land on the moon. Right? Even one devotee, his servant, left. Did I tell you this story before? Huh? I did last year about Purushottam, his name was. I did, well, I'll repeat it. It always bears repeating. Huh? Yeah, there's new people. So Prabhupada flew from London to Boston, and I was his servant while he was in Boston, and we had rented a big house for him, and Kirtanananda and Brahmananda and I were staying in the house, and Prabhupada, and he had a servant, his name was Purushottam. So he flew from London to Boston with Prabhupada, and I drove Prabhupada out to the house. It was about an hour's drive from the temple. Oh, I'll tell you a nice story. Did I tell this story also? At that time, cars had what they call a bench seat. They didn't have individual, seats like cars do today. It was just one long. And it was nighttime and it was cold. It was winter, December, I think. Ice, because it had snowed and the ice everywhere. I had the heater on, I'm driving. And at that time, not anymore, I used to drive quite fast. Prabhupada said I was the best driver, by the way. He said, Bhavananda is the best driver, fast and sure. Right? So in India, if I was there, he would always have me drive him in those little, what are they called? Ambassadors, yeah, jeez. But anyway, so I'm driving along, and I felt something on my shoulder, and I looked, and Prabhupada was sleeping. And he had his head on my shoulder. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, really nice. Anyway, so he settles into his room, and I'm sitting there with Brahmananda. Prabhupada is talking to us, and Purushottam, he's packing his suitcase. He's leaving. He walked into the room, went like that and said, all right, I'm going now. And Prabhupada said, Hari Bol, or something, Hare Krishna. And he left. And Prabhupada looked at us and he said, he is leaving. He does not believe when I say we did not go to the moon. He is leaving. He said, he was silent he said, I can understand him doubting me. But how can he doubt the Vedas? You see? This was Prabhupada. It was always the Vedas, the Vedic culture, everything. It was always the best, even though by our conditioning, we couldn't see it. I gave him this when he came to Brooklyn, the old Henry Street Temple. I thought, well, I'll get Prabhupada a present, because I bought this bottle of attar of rose, Bulgar rose, from this shop in Manhattan that sold all kinds of very expensive oils. It was a brown bottle, this bottle about that big, and it cost $90, which was a lot of money in 1971. A lot of money for us anyway. And Bulgar means Bulgaria. It was the essence oil taken from Bulgarian roses, which apparently Bulgaria is a very good place for raising roses. So it's considered very old. Attar means the essence of Bulgar rose. So Prabhupada arrives, and he's in his quarters, and I go in, I pay my obeisances, and I give him, I said, Prabhupada, this is considered the finest rose oil you can get, you can buy. I knew Prabhupada liked roses because I asked him in Los Angeles in 1970, what is your favorite incense? He said, sandalwood and rose. So I know that he liked roses. So Prabhupada took this bottle, $90 oil, and he took off the cap, and he went like this, and he poured the whole thing into his palm. And I'm thinking to myself, geez, that $90 was in his palm. And then he went like this. and he rubbed it all over his head. And the whole room smelled of roses. And then Prabhupada looked at me and he said, not so good. He said, we have better in India. You see? Everything was always Western doctors may say ghee is not good. Prabhupada says, yes, ghee. Feed them ghee. It has all the vitamins and minerals you need for good health. And I'm a good example. I have a spoonful of ghee every day when I cook. And I'm 85 and healthy as anything. Ghee does not kill you in moderation. Prabhupada, that's why he was so gentlemanly, because he did everything in moderation. I can't imagine picturing Prabhupada running anywhere. Can you? He never ran. Maybe as a child. He walked, he'd work up a sweat when he went on his walk trying to keep up with him. But he never ran, or everything was always gentlemen. There are no gentlemen anymore in the world. He was a gentleman because he was a representative of Krishna. So everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. Who said he burped? Who said? Oh, Ramai Maharaj's Vyasapuja. Did you read it? That he drank the Ganges water and he burped and right? We would take Coca-Cola to burp. He takes Ganges water to. You see the difference? You see? We're conditioned by our Western ideas, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Don't take umbrage at what I'm about to say, but all of our Indian brothers and sisters who are here are the new crows. You know that analogy Prabhupada gives. In the garbage dump is full of crows picking among the garbage, the refuse. And then the new crows come. They also want to pick among the refuse. Okay? So many people coming into Western culture, they want to enjoy the trash of Western, if you can call it that, culture. So Prabhupada said they are the new crows. But Prabhupada has saved you. He has saved you. He has saved us. He has also saved our Indian devotees from being swept away in this vile culture of abortions and cow killing and vicious Western culture. I'm sorry, it's vicious, it's cruel. And he saved all of us from it. Not just the white people, but the Indian people also. You've been saved by these lifeboats of Vedic culture, which are represented by all of the ISKCON centers, where you can take refuge in the lifeboat of Vedic culture. It's wonderful. That's how we're able to sit here today, because we all want to be protected and saved from this vicious, vile Western culture. It's madness. It's madness out there. It's just madness. No common sense. Prabhupada was always commonsensical, wasn't he? Always. And he always gave the sweet remedy. Take ghee. Right? I remember once in Calcutta, some Kaviraj came and did the whole thing with Prabhupada. When he left, then Prabhupada looked at me and he said, he is telling me I cannot eat ghee and salt. Do you know how everyone, first thing they do is, oh, you shouldn't eat ghee. Oh, no, you can't eat salt. Prabhupada said, if I cannot eat ghee and salt, I would rather die. I was going to tell you a story about jewels. Why was it? Another time in his room in Calcutta, this has nothing to do with anything that I just said. I don't know why this. Prabhupada was sitting there, and then he looked at us and he said, in this world, jewels and mantras are empowered to act. Jewels and mantras in this world, they have power. They can act. Hare Krishna mantra, right? It works. One astrologer in 1977 told Prabhupada, if you can get through November, you should wear a sapphire. So Guru Kripa was in Hong Kong. He got Prabhupada a sapphire ring. Beautiful sapphire. Ooh, beautiful. Which Prabhupada wore. But Prabhupada, because it's a jewel and they're empowered to act. Who had that jewel in his? Ashwatthama. And what was the punishment? They cut the jewel. Right? So there's power in jewels. The problem being, of course, as far as astrology, that's how he came to jewels and mantras. Prabhupada was talking about astrology because in Calcutta, one devotee wanted to study astrology. I said, no, just chant Hare Krishna. He said, there is no doubt that astrology is the highest science in this universe. He said, the problem is that in this Kali Yuga, no one is qualified to understand it. So let that be a lesson, because I know people, they love going to the astrologer. No one knows how to interpret. Astrology is valid, but Kali Yuga, there's only, only one thing. Prabhupada would always say, chant Hare Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also. There is nothing but the name to be had in all three worlds. What is that? Jeev Jago, Gaura Chandra, Bole, Kota Nidra, Jao Maya. Get rid of Maya. Chant Hare Krishna. There's nothing but the name to be had in all three worlds. And that was Prabhupada's message. As simple as that. And if we take that up on our heads as his instruction and follow it, we will also become gentlemen and gentlewomen. just trying to think, trying to end with some kind of fantastic story about Prabhupada, but I have so many, but I think that is the main thing. He was a gentleman, and it was extraordinary to be in his company. And he was real. Just like the deity is real, although we have trouble realizing that, thinking they're stone or they're metal, but they're real. Prabhupada was also real. He had emotions. He had feelings. And he was loving. And everyone wanted to be in his association. It was nice. And we were very fortunate. For some reason, I asked Prabhupada in Mayapur, because Prabhupada was saying, all of you were sent by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to help me in this mission. So I said to Prabhupada, it was on the back veranda outside his room. I said, Prabhupada, you said that. We all said, but I said, how is it possible? I said, we were all born in the most low-class families, raised on meat and all kinds, intoxicant, so low class, not really humans, I said, how is that possible? And Prabhupada's answer was, that was all superficial. He said, as soon as you heard the holy name, you all came running. So that's what all of us here have done. We're running, taking shelter of Radha Gopinath. Is that the name? Radha Gopinath? Yeah, I remember. Radha Gopinath, who are the deities that Prabhupada asked and apologized to for leaving them in the care of the Mlechas. These deities, right? So we should always be aware of that. The Mlechas and the wannabe Mlechas, right? Don't, the old crows and the new crows, don't go there. Remain fixed at Prabhupada's lotus feet. Be gentlemen, gentle women. Don't fight. And think and care about the conditioned and the suffering of the other living entities in Sydney, in New South Wales, and in all of Australia. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And if you're going to use flowers, make them real. Those white flowers in the back are... Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna ki jai. Mahamantra ki jai. Prabhupada Vyasapuja ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu, for those enchanting pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. We'll now have Kirtan, and while Prabhupada is getting ready for Abhishek, and post the Abhishek, we'll have the offerings continued, and we'll listen from Prasuti Mataji post the Abhishek. We can have Kirtan now, and while Prabhupada is getting ready for the Abhishek. Hare Krishna.
Didn't we see him in Mayapur on the telly? Him? Him? This one? Wow. Yeah, we saw you at Guru Puja on YouTube.
Hare Krishna. Can devotees please try to move a bit forward? And I know not forward in the sense on the front, but try to squeeze in as many devotees as we can. There are a lot of devotees waiting, please. Just try to make space for everyone. A bit of less leg room will do today. Hare Krishna. Can Matajis please move forward? Just squeeze in a bit. And Prabhus, please try to accommodate everyone. Hare Krishna.
If you can bring that on the right side, you got a little bit better. Thank you. Yes.
You okay? You okay if I give you some bass later?
Sure, yeah.
I can also actually you know what else I can do?
Jayo Jayo Prabhupad, 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 Prabhupad. Jayo Jayo Prabhupad, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupad. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Oh Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada.
Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
When do I restart? Do I stop and start again? What do you think?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. Bolo, bolo, bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Rama Hare 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 Krishna Ram Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Bolo, bolo, bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama. Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. बोलो 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bo. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhu. Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Jaya Prabhu Oh Prabhu Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Oh Prabhupada. Gurudev. Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur Hari. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Sai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. So after that super ecstatic Abhishek of Srila Prabhupada, we'll continue with the offerings. So I'll invite her, Grace Basuti Mataji, to please come and share her offering with Prabhupada. You want to sit in?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So lovely to see the whole hall full up and people still more outside because they can't fit. And everybody's come for Srila Prabhupada's mercy and because of Srila Prabhupada's glories. I would have written sometimes always when I come to programs like this for Prabhupada's Vyasapuja, I write something myself. But this time I thought, you know what? I'm reading these amazing books. Just how many book distributors are here today? Are you all book distributors? How many of you distribute these two books? Raja Vidya, the King of Knowledge, and Message of Godhead. How many of you distribute these? You do? That's so awesome, Prabhu. Do you sell a lot? They go well? You're very fortunate because these two are very, very amazing books. They cover so much. Anyway, I'm just going to read from these two books, mainly from the King of Knowledge at this point, certain things, which Srila Prabhupada, being a perfect gentleman, he writes things in an all-rounded sort of fashion. But I haven't got time to read the whole book to you, so I've had to be selective. And I'm going to start off by reading I'll just read the first page a little bit. The Supreme Lord said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most secret wisdom, knowing which you shall be relieved of all the miseries of material existence." Now, basically, I think that's something very, very valuable. Who wouldn't love to be relieved of all miseries of material existence? Anyway, Prabhupada writes after that, he says, the opening words of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita indicate that the Supreme Godhead is speaking. Here, Sri Krishna is referred to as Bhagavan. Bhaga means opulences, and Van means one who possesses. We have some conception of God, but in the Vedic literature, there are definite descriptions and definitions of what is meant by God, and what is meant is described in one word, Bhagavan. So this is an important thing to remember, that Krishna is Bhagavan. Now, I'm going to go to another completely opposite level of vision, Prabhupada's writing. Not opposite of vision, but on another level of speech. Okay. Krishna is within, but due to our material conditioning, we do not realize it. Those who are of the nature of fiends and demons, Rakshashim Asurim, think that this material world is all that, and that it is the purpose of human life to squeeze out as much pleasure from matter as possible. They try squeezing, but they are constantly baffled. He goes on a lot about that aspect, and then he says here, at present, this world is being managed. This book was written in 1973, actually published, I'm not sure Prabhupada wrote it before 1973, but it was printed, this edition was printed in 1973. At present, this world is being managed by Rakshashas. The Rakshashas are man-eaters who eat their own sons for the satisfaction of their senses. Now, great regimes have been created to smash so many people for the satisfaction of the Rakshashas' senses. But they do not realize that their senses will never be satisfied in this way. Nonetheless, the Rakshashas are prepared to sacrifice everything to satisfy their whimsical desires. It is very difficult for them to understand the real situation because they are overly enamored with material civilization. Who then can understand? Those who are Mahatmas, whose hearts have become magnified, understand that everything belongs to God, and I also belong to God. That's an interesting point, because most people didn't realize that the world was even being attacked by Rakshashas until more or less COVID arrived, and then that started to be a bit of a suspicious attack. And that's like, many years later. I've just got to find my... Where did I put it? Yeah. So on page... See, Prabhupada says that everything, he put everything in his books, he says. So it's interesting that if you read his books, you'll find every now and then he makes these little gems, a little statement which is like a gem. Here on page 90, he says, where is it? It's 91, sorry, that's why I didn't find it immediately. Oh, this is a section here where he's talking about if the animals, like the pigeons and the dogs and cats, if you put food down, they will just take what they need, but the human being takes more. More, as much as they can possibly carry. And basically, somewhere else in the book, excuse me, he also mentions that when we leave this body, we have the debt. However much more we took than we actually needed, it can have been for free, or it can have been because we hit the jackpot and we could buy more than we needed, or for whatever reason we accept more than we need. you see, if you do get more than you need, you can distribute that. You should not take into your own more than you need. Otherwise, you are indebted. And you will pay more than more than your debt. If you go into the next life with a debt, you end up paying more than what you started off that debt with. That's just a little secret of the way material nature works. Anyhow, so Prabhupada says this taking more than you need makes the distribution uneven, number one, and also it's called advancement of civilization. We are even lacking in the knowledge which the pigeons, dogs, and cats have. So he's very scathing if he wants to be, he's funny. And then this other one. My dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. So that's another thing. I mean, Prabhupada gave the translation, but the words are from Krishna's speaking. And basically, that's a kind of like a little secret, If you really want to go back to Krishna, you have to become engaged in pure devotional service, and you have to become free from the contamination of previous activities. And how do you get free from these things? You chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Can anybody tell me what the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is? Please let me hear it. Thank you so much. It sounds like you all know it. So I would just like to appeal to people who are going to do leading kirtan, especially the leaders, because we are also taught to follow the leader. So if the leader is misleading the people by giving a kirtan where it's not the Maha Mantra, then we are doing a big disservice to our associates. It's literally a disservice. It's not, very musical or very clever or very this or that, except it's a big disservice. So I would appreciate very much if the kirtan leaders take it to heart that actually when we are leading the kirtan, we should be singing the Maha Mantra, not some concoction. There are 16 words and 32 syllables. That is scripture exactly, it says. 16 words and 32 syllables. Not 35 or 40 or, whimsically how you feel like adding in an extra little syllable here or there. That is not the Maha Mantra. And because all of our time is limited, if you are using your limited time to not chant the Maha Mantra, then that's your choice. But especially as a kirtan leader, it's important to not mislead the people. Please, I'm begging you, for your benefit and for everyone else's benefit. So Prabhupada says this verse, my dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. Prabhupada says this verse is sufficient for understanding the essence of Bhagavad Gita. One must be engaged in Krishna's work. And what work is this? It is indicated in the last instruction in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna tells Arjuna to surrender unto him. So there's just one last quote out of this book which I'd like to read to you. Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Thus, one who knows that he must work in Krishna consciousness, who no longer desires to enjoy this material world, is actually learned. Everyone is working in the material world due to lust, karma, but the wise man is free from the dictations of this lust. How is it possible? The fire of knowledge burns up all reactions of sinful activities. It is the most potent of purifiers. Our lives have meaning and direction only insofar as we strive to attain this transcendental knowledge of Krishna consciousness, Raja Vidya, which is the king of all knowledge. So I will just say a few more words, but I just wanted to say that is the main thing I wanted to get to say to all of you, because basically Srila Prabhupada said he's put everything in his books, and we can read from the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita and things like that, but he's also written a variety of small books, and in there he puts special little gems, and basically we can always carry one of these around. It's not like the bigger books, which are not only heavy, but they're more or less more precious, you could say, so you wouldn't want to damage them a bit. But these little books, they're also more expensive. These little books are fairly cheap. You can have one, you could even have two, that you can have one to give away. And in that way you can be preaching, you know. I don't know about you, but I don't go out very often anymore. But if I do go out, I find that often I come across somebody who would be only too happy to receive one of these little books. So it's always a good idea to have at least two with you, the one you're reading and the one you can just hand out. And basically, Prabhupada does say, Krishna does say, there's no one more dear to me. I think it's in this book, maybe, but I don't know the reference. Sorry. There's no one more dear to me than that person who actually tells about my glories. So, Krishna is telling us, if we engage other people in learning about Krishna, then he's very pleased when we do that. So book distribution is not something Srila Prabhupada made up to earn money for the movement. No, it's following Krishna's instruction. He said, do that. Share this knowledge. So basically, it's lovely to see you all, and I'm going to say, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Good for you, boy. Hare Krishna. Say it. I love to hear your voice. Say it. Shame you should have done, Daddy, naughty boy.
Thank you, Mataji, for that wonderful offering, and again stressing the importance of reading Srila Prabhupada books. I now invite His Grace Venkat Madhav Prabhu to give his offering, followed by Vrindavan Palini Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Jayapataka Samati Namacharya Pradayate Korkataram Dinagramatani Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurupata Vrinda. Hare Krishna. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet on your appearance day. All glories to you on this auspicious day of Nandotsava. I feel proud and honored to get an opportunity to read an offering in this celebration today. Like no one can do a proper justice describing fully the transcendental qualities of Supreme Personality of Godhead, no one can count the transcendental qualities of your divine grace also. So I humbly beg you to bless me to glorify your transcendental qualities. I was thinking, how could I thank you for the rarest of the gifts, bringing Krishna consciousness into my previous life of atheism? How can I repay my debt to you for putting me in touch with this treasure house of eternal Vedic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam? I'm sure someone in the room is thinking and saying in their head, just empty your bank account into that hundi and it will be repaid. But I don't think that's enough. Srila Prabhupada, several saints came before and after you, but there has been none who has become as famous and had such global reach and vision as you. Through your vision, temples, purports, books, dear disciples and grand disciples, you've made bhakti become accessible and easy for all beings. I always wonder how you were able to establish ISKCON, a wonderful spiritual family, touring the entire world many times at tail end of your life. How could you have opened 108 temples in 11 short years? Thank you for spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. You are the real Jagat Guru in taking Lord Chaitanya's preaching mission to the entire world. You are the real source of inspiration for all of us. You created this shelter under the name of ISKCON. I heard in one of the lectures that you wanted the whole world to know about Krishna and not just God. You insisted on registering International Society for Krishna Consciousness and not God consciousness. You've shown the light of knowledge into people's dark life. You've shown people how to follow and practice devotional service. You presented the highest knowledge effortlessly without any brazen show of scholarship. Srila Prabhupada, your humility personified and a true example of Trinadapi Sunechana. Today it's all because of you and your vision. There are temples and devotees all over the world, and the holy name is being spread all over the world. Through your fortuitous mercy, I've been able to live in the association of devotees and under the shelter of your own Sri Sri Radha Gopinath for past 15 years. You're the true representative of the Supreme, and to this date continue to show me the devotional path, empowering me in all my endeavors, be it spiritual or material. Your mercy is the only thing that saved me from this dark, cold world. I remember my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, say that your presence was more powerful than Your presence was so powerful that when anyone was in your presence, they felt it as if they were no longer part of this material world. They felt that they were in some kind of a spiritual, transcendental environment. Guru Maharaj quoted that he himself didn't know about Vrindavan then, but he would say that you brought Vrindavan with yourself. You always carried Vrindavan and Krishna in your heart. He also mentioned that you were a genuine spiritual master, that you practiced what you preached. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj mentioned that you were such a personalist that the way you developed and maintained relationship with everyone surely testified to your realization of your personal relationship with Krishna. I remain ever indebted unto you, Srila Prabhupada. On this auspicious day of your Vyasapuja, please bless me, my family, and all these devotees that remain engaged in your and their lordship services always. Please shower your mercy so we all get some taste in holy name. I seek your kind mercy to become a servant of the servant of the servant, and blessings to follow all the instructions coming through my Guru Maharaj and the Parampara. I beg from you to bless me with a small fragment of humility so that I may progress on the path shown by you. Your insignificant servant and grandchild, Venkat Madhav Das. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, while we just prepare the offerings for Srila Prabhupada and wait for Vrindavan Mataji. Yeah. Mataji, I think the mic.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णवस्मै श्रीमते जयपदाय स्वामी नमः आचार्य पदाय नित्यं कर्कदं नमः शक्ति भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती जय जय शंकर शरण Hare Krishna. I would like to thank to the temple management for giving me this opportunity to glorify Srila Prabhupada. I also would like to take permission of Srila Prabhupada disciples and senior devotees to share what I have heard and read about Srila Prabhupada. I often reflect on what my life would be like if Srila Prabhupada had not been a part of it. What would have happened if I were not in Krishna consciousness? Srila Prabhupada, you are a master of everything. You have the ability to channel each person's passion into Lord's service and guide them towards Krishna consciousness. Despite feeling incapable, you have engaged and supported me by rescuing me from illusion of this material world. Your ocean of mercy and compassion is evident to all. I remember hearing from His Holiness Sachinandan Maharaj about how compassionate you are. There was an instance in Sydney where you were driven through a suburb on the way to King's Cross. Seeing the people there deeply immersed in sinful activities, you were moved and were in tears. Later, when devotees asked the reason, you expressed your sorrow for them, knowing their fate to be in hell. Srila Prabhupada, you mentioned impossible is word in Fool's Dictionary. This encouraged me to step up from my fear to do a preaching, so we have started Krishna's reading book for kids from non-Krishna conscious background, which is very challenging but just possible by your mercy. I understand that everything I have achieved is due to your boundless mercy through your kindness. We have found our spiritual father and I am grateful to be a part of your vast family. Please, Srila Prabhupada, keep us forever at your lotus feet and continue to bestow your mercy unto us so we can share your blessings with others and spread Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. I now request Srila Prabhu to please come and share his offering, followed by Janmashtami Prabhu.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachade Shatarine. Hare Krishna. What can be said that already hasn't been said? But I want to emphasize what the senior devotees have mentioned already about the importance of reading Srila Prabhupada's books. Naturally, being a lot younger, I haven't personally encountered Srila Prabhupada except through his books. I was a youngster, about 14, 15, and found his books in my house, just in a box, hidden in the corner somewhere, and I'm like, you know what, let's check this book out for the first time. And that's how I was introduced to Krishna and to this wonderful method of realizing the supreme love, Shri Shri Radha Govinath. And his writer's voice. Does anyone know what I mean when I say that? Writer's voice? So writer's voice means when someone writes, you can almost as if hear that person talking to you if they write particularly well. And Srila Prabhupada is an exemplar of this. It's almost as if he was sitting next to me going, okay, Saul, here's Krishna, here's the Supreme Lord. This theological speculation you've been doing for God knows how many lifetimes is here. So I emphasize to you all, read his books, stop the mental speculation, stop the theological nonsense, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare 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 Bol! Srila Prabhupada ki jai!
Hare Krishna. Now request Janmashtami Prabhu, followed by Mathura Mataji.
Hare Krishna. This is from Devi Shakti Mataji. It's during initial ISKCON days. So where there are not much ISKCON temples where they are preaching and then going everywhere. So that time they write letters to Prabhupada, can we have a deities with us? Prabhupada said that no require of deities, you all have my books. My books are the deities. So I have, on behalf of ISKCON Sydney, I'm just reading the scores of the book distributions which we have done up to this year July. Maha big hard books 5,876. Hari Bol. Big books 130. Hari Bol. Medium books 1,245. Small books 491. Magazines 250. Srimad Bhagavatam sets 12. Chaitanya Charitamrita set 7. So we all take the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and distribute more books. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing the book distribution numbers and encouraging us. I now request Mathura Gokul Mataji and followed by Hari Chaitanya Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. You have given us such an amazing family, perfect program to go back home, back to Godhead. How can I glorify you, Prabhupada? Cannot find words to glorify your so many qualities. Today I would like to focus and meditate on 3 qualities of yours. Strong faith in holy name, compassion and care. You lived in Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan for almost 10 years and you used to chant Mahamantra continuously. One devotee mentions in his memories of Srila Prabhupada that Prabhupada would chant continuously almost 192 rounds daily for 10 years. Your faith in holy name was so unshakable that you got an audience in unknown city like New York just by chanting with Kartal. You were alone there and you chanted almost for 3 hours continuously. I cannot imagine how you did that. You encouraged those young souls to chant Mahamantra, and now many of those young souls who have become spiritual masters are here to guide us, all because of your mercy. What can I say about your compassion? You were worried about almost all jivas here. I was listening to one incident which Vrindavan Palini Mataji already quoted, where devotees were mentioning that when you visited Sydney, they took you through some areas which were not considered decent areas. When you saw illicit things were going around so openly, you started crying. It is your compassion only which helped so many jivas to take up KC seriously. You did not only speak about these qualities in your books, but practically shown it. Many of your disciples expressed about how you used to care for them, especially your female disciples. You started preaching mission single-handed arranging venue, cooking prasadam, giving classes, and later on cleaning pots. You did everything alone at the age of 70. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote in his Shikshashtakam, Trinadapi Shunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnuna, Amanina Manedena Kirtaneya Sadahari. You showed it how to be humble and remain in the service of the Lord and chant names of Lord continuously. Once you came to know that one of your female disciples was pregnant, your servant got milk glass for you. You asked if that female disciple is getting milk to drink. Devotees inform you that there is very limited milk supply, so they are able to give it only to you. You specially called that female disciple and asked her to drink that milk in front of you. You specially inform your servants to give your milk glass to her every day. In one of the incidents, Yamuna Mataji was mentioning, once she was very sick. You came to know about it. You specially went to her room and inquired how she is feeling. Yamuna Mataji was holding your picture in her hand and she was looking at your picture and thanking you continuously. Yamuna Mataji was very touched when you went there and asked her how she is feeling. She was so much attached to you. On this special occasion of your appearance day, I beg to you to bestow your mercy on all of us. May we all be able to imbibe 0.1% of these qualities. Bless us all to stay together in this mission, have strong faith in holy name, care for each other, and be compassionate towards all other jivas. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mathura Mataji. Now request Hari Chaitanya Prabhu to please give his offering.
Namo Vishwaraya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatar. Hare Krishna. Very happy Prabhupada Vyasapuja appearance day. So this offering is from all of you. On behalf of every single ISKCON devotee who is coming to ISKCON Sydney. So we have something special to announce. Most of you know that temple is going to get reconstructed here. So that will be the main part of our offering. And we have a quick presentation right behind you for the people who haven't seen how the temple will look like or how it will look like in future. So I'll just ask you to just look at the presentation near the, if you face towards the deities, you'll see a quick presentation. In the interest of time, this will be the quickest presentation we'll be doing. Any more details, and I'll tell you who to contact for. So, this is a Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Temple Rebuild Project ki! Srila Prabhupada ki! So, yes, if you see some history about our Radha Gopinath ji, Srila Prabhupada brought Shri Shri Radha Gopinath to us, right? Today is a Vyasapuja of Prabhupada. You see his contribution. You can see the deities bought by him. And these are the first deities in Australia bought by Srila Prabhupada. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki! So yes, that's all sevas we are doing. Yes, Prabhu. Slide. So a lot of outreach activities, as you all know. So many bhakti rickshaws are going on. More than 150,000 plates of prasadam we distribute every year. So some quotes from Shastras. I know most of you are devotees, so you may not need to see them. So keep going. Yes. So current temple, as you know, is over 70 years old building. Now, either we're going to knock down and rebuild, or we're going to renovate. So knock down and rebuild is the way we have gone through. And currently the file is with council for DA approval. If you would have walked and noticed the notice board, there's a DA approval posted there. So our desire is to build, all of your desire is to build a beautiful temple for Sri Shri Radha Gopinath Ji. So this is some of the things which will really attract you. I can see that how crowded it is in here. There's not even enough place to stand, right? So these are some functionalities which we are going to embed in this project. A massive kitchen, function hall. There will be some congregation areas, congregation devotees can come and live also in temple. So that's how a general temple room will look like. Maybe someone can turn the lights down, if it's okay. Sorry, thank you. So yeah, that's how it will look like. So if we go to the next slides, you'll see there will be a car space, there will be a car park, underground car park. And you guess how many levels the temple is going to be? So around 8 levels, so 4 up, 4 down, almost right. Okay, so keep going. There will be a gift shop, as we know, there's a Mahaprasad stall, a lot of murals and Krishna displays. So that's how it will look like, 4 levels up, 4 levels down. The car park area, some of the functionalities which you're going to imbibe in this project. So that's how the temple room will look like. Some of the designs, again, it's a very draft version of it. And that's just a temple room look. So where Gopinath is right now, where he's standing right now, that's how it will look like. So that's just the inside of the temple room. There will be a mezzanine floor and some theater room as well. So you can go and arrange your presentations. We are even going to facilitate some marriage halls and functions for you and your kids who want to get married in Radha Gopinath temple. Not for brahmacharis. So, yes. And that's a general facade of the temple. So it has been taken from, a lot of Gaudiya Vaishnava heritage. So we are very proud in our Gaudiya Vaishnava heritage. Right? So the temple design is taken from Jagannath Puri temple, and some of the blends of Rupa Goswami is Radha Govinji temple, and so on. So that's how the 3D sketch looks like. Wait till the real photo comes. Yeah, keep going. So that's how it will look like. Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki! Srila Prabhupada ki! Yeah, so that's how a general look from the Miller Street and Falcon Street. So it's going to be exactly where you're sitting at the moment. This place will be completely demolished, and we're going to rebuild the whole structure again. So yes, keep going. Yeah, that's how it will look like. Yeah. So just keep it in mind. This is where Shri Radha Gopinath is going to live, and we have taken, again, as I said, this is our due diligence. We have done all that before going to DA for approval. So currently the file is open, and please pray to Radha Gopinath and Srila Prabhupada that approval comes through straight away. So it's been 1 month, it's with them. So yes, that is a fundraising. Yesterday, you would have seen a lot of stalls there, you would have seen some temple designs. A lot of devotees have done some work. We had a target for fundraising yesterday about $108,000. Guess how much we have made so far? Yeah, around that. I don't know who got that number. How? Even I'm yet to confirm. But about 450,000 we have raised just yesterday for Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So that's a general outlook of the timeline of the project. So currently we are in June, July. We passed that. Now the DA is gone through. Application is through already, and we'll wait for the approval. Fundraising starts then, and we are targeting the temple to be finished by 2027. Srila Prabhupada ki. So pledges so far, the biggest donor we have, guess who they are? No, it's Temple Brahmacharis. So they have pledged $3 million that they're going to raise. And we have one anonymous donor for $1 million. And then Ananda Gopinath Prabhu and a lot of other devotees. If you see their margins, 200,000, 500,000 and so on. So Venkat Madhav Prabhu's family, I think we need to update. It's 150 now for them. So it's just gone up. Rate's gone up. So yes. So there are a lot of pledges, a lot of packages. So what we ask you to do kindly today on this auspicious occasion of Srila Prabhupada Vyasapuja, come forward, talk to one of the team members, talk to Ghanesham Prabhu, and make some pledge. It may be very small. It may be $10, it might be $5. Doesn't matter. Whatever comes from your heart, whatever Shri Radha Gopinath and Prabhupada inspires you to do, please do it. As I said, some of them they are giving millions, some of them are giving 500,000. According to your capacity, do that. And anyone knows the budget of the project? 18 to 20 million, so roughly 18 million, that's a hardcore number. Anyone wants to guess how much we have raised so far? around 11 to 12 is pledged for already. Okay. So temple is going to be here. Now it's up to us how much we want to contribute to it. Okay. So keep going. So this is some of the, it's very small. I think it's strategically been put small, so you come and talk to us. Okay. So these are the different levels. He's making it more small. Sorry, if you go back. So these are the different levels you can contribute to. If you think the lowest level is $5,000, right? If you divide it over 4 years, it comes to $1,200 a year. If you cut it down to a month, who's good in maths? $100, $105 a month. You put it down to a day, it's $2 a day. I think every one of us can afford $2 a day to give it to Gopinath. Okay. So we'll beg you to pledge something for Radha Gopinath, as they are very, very special deities of Srila Prabhupada. Mind you, these are the first deities to travel in Australia. Okay. And Srila Prabhupada bought them himself. So anyone who takes a pledge, we have a wholesale discount today. They'll receive Gopinath's Paduka. Anyone about 25 or 30,000, they're going to get Padukas of Shri Radha Gopinath, sorry. It's too much Prabhupada today. So Shri Radha Gopinath Padukas, which we offer every day to Shri Radha Gopinath, you're going to receive them. They're silver Padukas which will be offered. So I'll stop here. Thank you so much. Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan Ki. Again, this is offering from all of you to Srila Prabhupada. So keep that in mind. So I'll stop here. Anyone who wants to make a pledge, please come and see me, Ganesham Prabhu, Srivas Prabhu. There are a lot of devotees here. I can see Vanasaki Mataji, Vrajavinoda Mataji. You come and talk to us. Okay. Srila Prabhupada Vyasapuja Mahotsav Ki.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Hari Chaitanya Prabhu, for enlightening us with the new project of temple rebuild update. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radha Gopinath ki jai, Vyasapuja Maha Mahotsav ki. So this is the first Vyasapuja we are celebrating after the departure of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And Maharaj is known for building temples, you know. So who better than Hari Chaitanya Prabhu, his spiritual son, to raise the funds for the temple. Thank you, Hari Chaitanya Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So we'll now have, once the bhoga is removed, we'll have Pushpanjali for Srila Prabhupada, followed by Guru Puja, and finally the grand prasadam feast for Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja. We just wait a couple of minutes before the bhoga is taken outside. Yeah, prasadam now. Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, while we are waiting for devotees to take the prasadam out, just a quick, we can have a quick trivia about Srila Prabhupada. So anyone here knows which year Srila Prabhupada was born in? 1896 is the correct answer. So what a revolutionary year. Okay, in what year did Srila Prabhupada celebrated the first Rath Yatra? I'm not talking about the ISKCON Rath Yatra, I'm talking about Srila Prabhupada's first Rath Yatra. It's 1901. Yes. And which year did Srila Prabhupada met his Guru? 1922. Finally, in which year Srila Prabhupada first went to Vrindavan? That's a tough one. No, that was in Kolkata when he met his Guru. It was in 1925 when Srila Prabhupada first went to Shri Vrindavan Dham, and the revolution started there. After that year, Shri Vrindavan Dham became manifested to all of us outside Vrindavan. So that's the glory of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll now have Pushpanjali.
I know what I'm doing. Move forward. Hare Krishna, everyone move forward for Pushpanjali. Move forward. Yeah, come forward, there's space in the front. Okay, I will chant the Mangalacharan, and at the end I will say Pushpanjali, Esha Pushpanjali, then you can offer the flowers to Prabhupada. We'll be saying it 3 times, so make sure you keep flower for 3 offerings. Om Ajnana Thimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Shakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Khadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakra Jadam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimadhe Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Vashabhanavi Devi Dayitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaham Madhuryo Jala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambode Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Gaura Virbhava Bhume Swam Nirdesha Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarva Bhoma Shri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratpishe Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayadam Surato Bhangur Mamandar Matirgati Mat Sarvasya Padamboja Radha Madana Mohanav Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumado Srimad Ratnangar Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Preshtalabhi Sevyamanam Smarami Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamsi Vadatadashtita Karshan Venu Sunair Gopi Gopinataya Shesunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali Srila Prabhupada Vyasapuja Mahotsav Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Vivo
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Samsaradavandalalitaloka Tranaya Karunya Gana Ganatyam Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Gande Guru Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Mahaprabhu Kirtanamrita Gita Vajitra Madhyan Manasora Sena. Romansukam Pashutarangabado Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Srigrahara Tananityanana Singaratan Mandira Majanado. Yuktasya Bhaktam Shanyunjato Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Chatuvidhasi Bhagavat Prasado Svadvana Triptam Hari Bhakta Sangha. Kritveva Triptin Machata Sadeva Vande Guru Sri Charanarabindam. Siradika Madhavayora Podo Madhurya Lila Gunarupanam. Siradika Madhavayora Podo Madhurya Lila Gunarupanam. Radikshana Svadanalorupasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Nikunjayuno Rapi Kadisidyai Yaya Lipiru Kira Pekshaniya. Tatrati Daksha Rati Balabasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Sakshat Darit Vena Samasta Shastra Utastat Habhavyata Vasadi. Kintu Prabhoya Priyai Vatasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Yasya Prasada Bhagavat Prasado Yasya Prasada Nagati Kutopi. prasadat bhagavat prasado yasya prasadam nagati kutopi. Jayam Suva Jayam Suvam Stasya Shakti Sanjam Vande Guru He loves to walk. Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Bhakti Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Let's roll it. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Prabhupada Jaya 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 Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Everybody dance. We not sleep. Jaya Prabhu. Jaya Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare